Hotubu everyone, this is His Majesty Rasumabathak Bahimi, the world's first openly African black gay king. And what I wish to do today is to walk you through what I would do normally in any kind of reading of analysis of how a situation will unfold in time. And I'm going to focus on protecting and nourishing my community by showing you when it looks in the heavens that the intensity with the coronavirus, the kind of pressure, the sequestering, this, all this process that we're going through may break. When will there be a breakthrough, a moment of real hope? So I'm going to dive right in. Here we have a wheel. I'm looking at the wheel today. Today is March 18th, 2020. And I'm just going to click along. And this is what I do, again, when I do any kind of reading. I just take the wheel and start clicking, looking for patterns, looking for important events. What I first wish to bring to your awareness is the coronavirus really popped into power right when Pluto here, we call Bennu, or Set, crossed into Capricorn. And Capricorn is like world governments. And Set or Pluto is like disease and plague and crisis and trauma. So this tells me that Pluto is the architect of this situation. And my video we did yesterday, I discussed perhaps issues with food, animal care at slaughterhouses, etc. So this is a plutonic event going to a worldwide scale. And I wish to make to your attention, ignore this VX here. It's not a planet, it's just a point called the vertex. But you see here we have this little squiggly here called Nekabet, the north node at 10 degrees, the twins. And opposite, we have the other one, an up-shaped squiggly line, 10 degrees. Exactly opposite, 10 to 10. These are called the nodes. We call it the vulture and the cobra. But notice all the planets are on one side of the nodes. This is a very important configuration called in Hindu they call it Kalasarpa. I call it the coiled snake, like the boa constrictor. It's as if all the planets are being strangled by these two snake planets. They call it the snake planets, Nekbet and Watchet, or the north and south nodes. When we have planets inside of the chart like this, where they're on one half of the snake, notice if we erase just these letters, the VX and the MC, it means that we would have half the chart filled and half the chart empty. So these snakes, this upper Watchet snake and lower Nekbet snake, cut the zodiac in half. They create division. They divide the sky from those on the inside of these nodes to those where it's empty. And they bring great karmic events, intensity. So I'm mentioning this because you want to keep your eye on the number of degrees the node is in. If any planet hits that degree, the number 10, it picks up this snake. For example, we have here Chiron, this symbol here like a little key. It's an asteroid. It's at 10 degrees. It doesn't matter what sign, as long as it's 10 degrees or the same numerical degree of the nodes, that means Chiron begins to pick up power, pick up volume, and pick up this nodal poison. Okay? And Chiron is the wounded healer. So this tells me there's an intensification right now among the medical field around the world, because Chiron's 10 degrees of the nodes, to remove this poison or the toxin of this virus. Okay? Now, I'm going to simply click. I'm going to click by days. So you're going to see the chart kind of bleep in and out. It's okay. And I'm looking for things that are changing. I'm noticing right here, we have 228s, Herkohuti, Mars, and Ma'a, Jupiter, in the same sign. This brings, Jupiter expands things, can blow them out of proportion, and Mars can make things intense and scary and frightening. And they're both in a fire sign of Sagittarius, implying a kind of expansion of fear, expansion of tension among people. And that if we have meditating, Jupiter, philosophy, an understanding of charity and community love, community awareness, cooperation, it will calm down the Mars, calm down the tension. Okay? But this Mars is harming the Jupiter, meaning, but our hopes and optimism feel like there's no way out, like it's just cornered, like an animal's cornering us. Okay? Okay. Now let's just click. I'm going to click and just watch for patterns. And this is how I do it. To me, it's a kind of meditation for astrology. Notice I'm seeing that Mercury here is getting close to 10 degrees of the node. That means we are now at this point, this is March 21st when I click 2. So let's see what happens. Does Sepec Mercury enter 10 degrees? Yes, here it is. On March 22nd, Mercury enters 10 degrees. He picks up the nodes. There'll be more intense news about the coronavirus, and that there may be some more information coming out from around the world because it's an Aquarius, kind of a universal sign. There may be more case studies, anecdotal stories coming out. Okay. All right. And we see Chiron left 10 degrees, and the sun's approaching it. Let's click along. And look, Mars here crossed over into Capricorn, where he's exalted. This is very good. This is, Mars is doctors, uh, people that exterminate things, that kill things. So the warrior killer is entering the sign of his exaltation. While he's here, we will definitely begin to have some medical breakthroughs. This is beginning the 22nd of March. He's still kind of weak here, but as he goes more into this sign, he gets stronger and stronger. The medical field will become more and more galvanized, more precise in their research and remedies. Mars is conjuncting 0 degrees. They're on top of each other, Pluto. This means around the 22nd, there may be some kind of new scare that may startle people, that may bring a kind of intensity. But that's okay. It will pass. Okay. Let's go on. Look here. We have Uranus here in 10 degrees. It's been there for a while, actually. So Uranus is plugging into the nodes of intensity, world events, kind of world tragedy, and divisiveness. Best is instability, nervousness. So this will be with the nodes for quite a while, 10 degrees here. So you may feel a little nervous, a little edgy, a little on pins and needles. But the best way to handle that is to laugh, because Uranus, we call Bes, who's the jokester god, the kind of god of clowning and joy and fun. Really try to find things that are fun to do. Okay, we're going to click along. So we also have when Herkohuti, Mars went into Capricorn, his exaltation sign, meaning doctors are going to be on this very quickly. And because Herkohuti is conjunct Pluto, the doctors will begin to see the deep, the hidden side of a coronavirus, the hidden genetics, the hidden ways of attacking it. And Ptah, Saturn, is in Capricorn's own sign. This is strong. This means it's time to focus, time to take this seriously, to follow what is practical and disciplined. Do not test these rules coming down of 6 feet separation and social distancing. Take it seriously, focus, be mature, and be sober about all these things. Okay. Let's click along. And I'm going to look for, I'm seeing some patterns emerging. Here we have Ra enters 10 degrees. So now the sun picks up. But the node, look, the node shifts to 9 degrees. So let's go back one day to see if, yes, on the 23rd, Ra entered the same degree as the node, which dropped down to 9 degrees. So on the 23rd, the sun is about healing, is about the government, it's about the leaders. And we may unfortunately hear about a leader catching coronavirus, and that becomes a face of it because the sun is in Pisces, which is kind of confinement and sequestering. So that may happen around the 23rd. Let's see, let's keep going. All right. And I'm just looking for patterns. We're now getting close to, and by the way, March 20th or so is the spring equinox, which is a change of energy, a kind of cleaning of house. There we go. Here, on the 29th of March, Jupiter entered Capricorn, a great benefic, okay, but he's conjunct malefics, meaning Mars and Saturn, Hurukahut and Ptah. This will harm Jupiter, meaning a hope might feel a little more squeezed in. We may not feel as optimistic as we would like to, but he will bring some relief. This is going to perhaps be some economic relief to those people who are out of work. This will bring some issues with the economy, may also falter with this, okay, because Jupiter is debilitated in this sign, but he's a benefic, a good guy in a bad position. He will try to do good, but his reach of doing good will be a bit eclipsed. But he's with an exalted planet and a dignified planet, meaning exalted and in its own sign, dignified. But whenever Herkohuti is with another planet, it harms it with aggression, impulsiveness, and Ptah starves whatever he touches. Okay, but this is good for soberness. This is good for Jupiter. Also can bring luck. He's bringing luck to Mars and Pluto. This could be like a breakthrough, an information breakthrough about the coronavirus will begin. Let's click along. So we're looking at March, early April, as being some breakthroughs starting to come in. Let's see here. All right. Okay, so we're in April now, and the nodes are at 8 degrees, so we see Hergohuti here at 7. I'm watching for that very quickly. I'm just showing you how I do this. Here we have the node at 8 degrees. Hergohuti picks up the nodal power. So this could be, we must be careful of outbreaks here, of an increase in outbreaks. We may have more advancement in the medicine part of this. The cure part may also get a boost. Okay. Because exalted Mars is going to go after that snake of Nekbet Watcher, the nodes. Okay. Let's keep going. We're now around April 6th. Okay. Let's keep clicking. Because I'm looking for when Ra enters the Ram here. He's at 26 degrees, so in about 4 or 5 days he'll go into the Ram, where he's exalted. That's a big deal. And so now look, the nodes are at 7 degrees, and Ptah picks up the node here. Saturn picks up the node at 7 degrees. So now Saturn, who's in his own sign, you may feel more at ease with the sequestering. There may be some breakthroughs for work and for career. The government may step in very strongly with packages to help relieve people's financial burdens. Okay, that'll be around the 10th of April. And let's see, we click along. Saturn's still in 7 degrees. Okay, the nodal axis is called at the bends. And here we have on the 14th, April 14th, Ra enters the Ram, his exaltation sign. This is things are looking better around mid-April. Really a big lift because we have Ra in his exalted sign. We have Mars exalted, Saturn dignified. Okay, that's a lot of help coming from heaven. So I would say around mid-April, around tax time, you may find things lightening up. But there's one more thing I want to see. When the moon goes into Taurus, when the moon's exalted, at the same time, the moon moves pretty fast. She moves about a sign every 2.5 days. Okay, what's happening here? Sun's exalted at 10 degrees Aries. The closer he gets to the 10 degrees of Aries, the stronger the luck. And that's when I really predict a medical breakthrough, because the sun deals with medicine and healing. Oh my heavens, look at this. The sun's at 10 degrees, exact exaltation. The moon is conjunct the sun. It was like a new moon. I'm going to go hours instead of, I'm going to click hours to see if, while the sun is in 10 degrees, does the moon cross over? Let me change it to a couple of hours. Let's try to go 5-hour blocks. Look at that. Well, let's go back 1 hour, because the sun went to 11 degrees. Okay, let's see if I can get this. There, 10. Okay, so the moon does not go exalted when Ra is in his highest power. That's okay. It's close to exaltation, so we'll take it. And look, Heteru also, Venus is in her own sign, dignified, and she owns regeneration, vitality, nursing, medicine. We have Saturn in his own sign, Mars exalted. We have Ra exalted. We have Venus in her own sign. And the next day, we have the moon having gone into exaltation. So when we have the sun and the moon in their exaltation signs, that's very powerful. We're at April 25th. This is the time I would say we should have a great breakthrough, a release, some kind of blessings from God, from the heavens, from the ancestors. Okay? So I would say to you all, hold on until mid to the end of April, where we will see things get better, the light at the end of the tunnel, and the whole world is focused on this, the whole medical field, and Mars is a medical force, the sun is a medical force, Venus is a medical force, and the moon is a consoling force, the bedside manner of medicine. So around April 25th, give us take a week, I would say there's going to be a real optimism, some kind of hope coming through from the gods. So that was a brief little journey with me on how I look at charts. I do enjoy just clicking through and just watching things. And I want to look at the fixed stars. This Venus here is at Rigel. You see Venus conjunct Rigel, and here's Venus. And it's conjunct Rigel. Rigel is here at 23 degrees Taurus, and Venus is at 22. Rigel is a very, it's a star when something actually comes to ground. Something grounds. Taurus is an earth sign. Venus is about helping the economy, grounding the economy. She's about grounding the healing, grounding the good feelings and the happiness. And Rigel is a star in particular, which makes a thing manifest on earth. Okay, so around this time, the end of April, we're going to be out of this. We're going to see real breakthroughs, real hope, and things turning around for the better. Today is only March 18th. We're talking about a month and a week or change. So it won't be that bad. This will not be forever. And it has about a month or so before we really see the light and the luck pour in. Hang in there. Stay 6 feet away. Wash your hands. Care for each other. Show love. Do not be racist. Don't. I'm hearing things in the news of people being mean to Chinese people. Please, let's be humans. Let's be civilized and treat all people with dignity. Okay? So with that, enjoy. And no matter what happens to you, including a coronavirus, remember, always look up. Why? Because you are a star. Dwawen Hotepu.